Oh, crap. That may not have been live. I'm not sure. I don't know.
I can check.
Oh, I mean, we're live now, either way.
Oh, okay.
I clicked
All
start in
right.
OBS, but YouTube looked like it was being weird about it. So, intro might have got chopped. I got it recorded, but whatever. Shit happens. All right. So, with us.
Are you putting the show up on the audio podcast too?
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, sometimes I'm a few days late, but yeah, this goes up on the podcast. And so, with us today, we have Lucas and
What's up?
Christian, who hasn't been on the show since we carved it out to its own thing.
Hello.
And also Mr. Sean, who hasn't been on the show since we carved it out.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, I have a quick question, Sean. Are you recording this from your living room with your whole family in the background, just out of curiosity?
Yes. Shut up, kids.
So, who would like to kick it off today, or kick it off first for things they want to yammer off or show off? I say one of the new guys.
Is this only the stuff that we have today, or can it be something that's coming tomorrow?
Usually it's stuff that we have so we can talk about it and show.
Okay.
How about you save what you're
Go ahead,
thinking
Christian.
about?
I was going to
week.
say, you could be on next week, yeah.
You want to do me first? Let's do
Good
me
night,
first.
guys.
Go for it, Christian.
All right, I got to flip my camera, so prepare.
Oh,
Oh, no,
no,
I'm
no.
destroying everything.
Don't. Oh my God, it's going to screw up OBS. Okay, that worked.
Did it screw it
No,
up?
just don't go vertical.
I'm not going to go vertical.
Okay.
Whatever you
Look.
do.
It's almost all of the Series 3 bots.
That is a lot of bots.
All of them except two. All of them except two.
Which two?
I'm missing Greeny Rex and Citrus Guzzle Rush.
Why are you missing them? I don't know a lot about bots.
They are both only in blind boxes. I went and found a fresh case, or almost fresh case, of blind boxes yesterday, and those two were not there. Luckily, I've utilized my BotBots trading group to get Greeny Rex, and now I just got to find Citrus Guzzle Rush.
Oh, nice. So you
Yeah,
have it, it's just not in.
Yeah.
What is your favorite one?
Some
fine.
kid probably picked up those first two, right?
It's fine.
No, it's not fine. They need to stay away from our toys. This isn't
Guys,
for
I bought-
them.
I bought
I
14
just want to
of them
see you
yesterday.
and some kids
I
about ready.
decimated that shelf.
I just want to see some kids about ready to pick out a bot. You just swoop in and grab the entire case, and you're like, mine.
Well, they don't use the case anymore at my Targets. I don't know if it's the case where you guys are, but they take the blind bubbles. They're just single cards, and they're just putting them on pegs now. The box is gone, and I missed that because I like the box. But whatever. So I've got two more. One's coming in a trade. The other one I'm just going to have to go find.
What's your favorite one from this series?
I haven't really had a chance to decide yet, although I'm a pretty big fan of Q Robo 6000. It's just a stack of blocks, but it looks like a classic robot.
When you picked it up,
Like a
I thought it
robot.
was going to be Legos. Straight up.
Yeah. So it's supposed to be blocks. He's part of the Playroom posse, but yeah, Legos are also kind of blocks. So that was cool.
What does he transform into? More blocks?
Yeah, so he transforms. So this is his robot mode. You can see his little eyes right there. And then you transform him. And now he's a stack of blocks.
Cute.
It is pretty cute.
So you said this was Series 3 then. Is that the most current series?
It is. Yeah, this was the first time I'd seen the blind boxes in the wild. I picked them up yesterday. So that was cool. Also, honorable mention, this is Halloween Night with a K. And she transforms into a jack-o'-lantern. Which is very spooky.
I like the themes. They have a couple Halloween, a couple Christmas.
Yeah, the Halloween Night is part of the season greeters.
I would even call Hammer Eye the from the last season of Thanksgiving.
Yeah, sure. It just melts down. He turns into a snowman. And I like the way they engineered this because, snowman, you think it's, 3 circles or 2 circles, and you just kind of split it down the middle, but instead they flipped it on its side. And it actually goes. Oh, no, well, it just doesn't transform the way you'd expect.
Yeah, that's fun.
Which is cool.
I feel like they have fun making this line.
Oh, I love it so much. They're the most pure form of Transformer you could possibly get because they're simple, they're fun, they don't do much, but they're effective in what they do.
Is that candy corn?
Yeah, this is Sugar Breath.
Oh, I don't have that one.
Better go get it.
Well, it's nice too because they're actually like pretty well painted.
Yeah, Series 1, was a little bit lax on paint. Just a little, not too bad. But Series 2 and 3, very well painted. This is a Make Over and Over. This has chrome paint on it. It's not vac metal or anything, but it's very shiny metallic paint, which is the first for this line. So that's pretty cool. Use a makeup brush. So we'll go ahead and do the quick transformation there. Arms in, head down, done. Use a makeup brush. Yeah, these are great. They have a couple new teams. Let's see, this is a good one to show you. This is Drippy Pup, who's a sippy cup. He's from what is this one called? The Goo Goo Groupies. They're based on baby items, which is cool. There's a stroller. Here's another innovative one that I really like. This is Dingledy Doo, the bell. And it's a redeco of the plunger from Series 1. But now it's like a bell, which I think is a really innovative redeco. Cool stuff there. And then people have been going wild for Quackles, because Quackles transforms into a rubber duck, which is the perfect scale for their MP43 Megatrons.
Yeah, I currently have like a little rubber ducky, and I'm probably just going to toss it when I get that from you, because I bought it from you. So
yes, you did buy it from me. Thank you. It allowed me to buy all these other ones yesterday.
Hooray! Do you have any more you wanted to talk about? Oh, you transformed it already. That was quick.
Yeah, Quackles. Quack.
Quack.
Quack, quack.
Quack.
The only one I'm really disappointed in is String-a-Ling. It's a can of silly string from the Season Greeters, and it looks almost exactly the same as the use of this mold from Series 1, which is not great.
It has a mohawk, which is kind of awesome, though.
It is cool. The other one was called Frohawk,
Oh.
and she was a spray can of paint. It looks almost exactly, it's black and pink. So
Huh. I was kind of
it was weird.
curious, like, since they're, so small, as they're getting, now you're into Series 3, is it still mostly all new toys, or are they getting more and more repaints as it goes?
It's about half and half. Series 2 is about half and half. Series 3 is about half and half.
Okay. Like, have they...
Although it doesn't help that they're still using Series 1 molds. This is Strike 4. And this has been in every series so far. It was Batsby and it was Big Body. It looks very good. It's a good baseball bat toy. Do I need 3 of them? Probably not. I mean, I do because they're BotBots and that's what I do now. But
do you think there will come a day when you're like, you know what? I don't need the A3 paint of this bat. I'm no longer going to get all the things.
Really, I'm mostly concerned at this point that Series 4 hasn't been announced.
That was my next question.
So I will buy as many BotBots as there are. I went in on a group buy and bought a bunch of BotBots from Malaysia because it didn't get released here. So I am in it for the long haul as long as there's a long haul to be in.
Yeah.
But I keep reminding myself that this time last year, there you go, that we didn't know about Series 1 yet. It got revealed at New York Comic Con. So we've got some time.
I mean, well, I don't really, have necessarily anything against BotBots, and, they make toys, even if it's not for me. I'm not one of those guys like, I don't like it, so they shouldn't make it types. But BotBots felt very much like another one of Hasbro's, me too, toy lines. Even back with G1, G.I. Joes were hot, so what did we get? Action Masters. Micro Machines were hot, so what did we get? Micro Masters. And
we're better for it.
I mean, I like both those lines, but that's just because I'm dumb, even Action Masters. But, then we got Construct Bots because Bionicle. We got Creo because Lego exists. And it kind of, none of those things I mentioned lasted very long. You know, they get a few waves, and then we got Robot Heroes because Superhero Squad existed. And I'm kind of wondering if, you know, BotBots are obviously Shopkins, but for the first time they actually do more than what the original thing they're copying does. They actually transform.
Yes, and I think that's what it has going for it above anything else. Because Shopkins has gone on for a while. I'm not super into that, so I'm not aware if they're continuing or they're still making new stuff. I think they are.
All I know is my daughter no longer cares about them, but she's also gotten older. You know, she loved them like 5 years ago when she was 4, and you know now she's moved on.
From what I've been able to tell, these are popular with collectors like us, and they're also popular with kids. You know, I started the BotBots trading group around Christmas time when Series 1 came out, so we could, you know, trade across and collectors could get what they needed without having to buy so many duplicates. What I ended up getting instead of a whole bunch of collectors was a whole bunch of moms, because the moms are on there trading for their kids, and I think that's wonderful. Yeah.
Jokes aside, that is a good time to plug the group that Christian does, as he said, runs, called, what is it? BotBot Trading.
It's called Transformers BotBots Trading Group.
Yeah. So if you don't know if you can't find it on Facebook or anything, post in the TFYLP Facebook group, and we will get you an invite.
Yep. It's great.
I was gonna say the one thing about BotBots is like my kids have actually continued to enjoy them and ask for them, whereas like, you know, they've been into Shopkins and Grocery Gang and whatever. But like we would buy it for them, they would bring it home, and that would kind of almost be the end of it. Like they wouldn't really play with them that much at home. And so whereas these BotBots, they actually, you know, mess with them and transform them back and forth. And, you know, it seems like too, like when my kids will bring them out, like to, you know, whatever restaurants, or if we're going somewhere or whatever, and other kids will be interested and be like, hey, what's this? And whatever. So it does seem like that they've went over pretty well with kids.
Yep. The only problem that I see with them returning is that Walmart seems to have dropped at least the blind box assortment, and what appears to be, you know, the bigger pack assortments as well, which is never good for a line. What I've really noticed, and I have a theory about it, is that Walmart has dropped them because they're easy to steal. You know, the blind boxes until recently didn't have any tape on the back, so you could just kind of open them up, take them out, and that's it. And you walk away. People are dumb and people are bad, so that's not good. But if Walmart was losing that much on people, I wouldn't see them picking a lineup again.
I'm not gonna encourage theft. That's not how you should do it. But also, blind bags can kind of go die in a fire. You know, even though I don't buy BotBots, that's just I don't know.
It's the one thing about the BotBots though is they actually stamped them with numbers, and so they technically weren't blind boxes. Like if you knew what you were doing.
So like the Creos.
It makes it really annoying.
Yeah. Yep, it's easy to find.
Because then you gotta spend 5 minutes holding your phone, checking the list, looking at the number, and the number only has the guy's name. Then you gotta go to a different page to look for the guy's face to go with the name, so you get the one that you want. Yeah. And 30 minutes later, you got your 5 BotBots that you wanted from the blind pack.
And heaven forbid they just.
Or you can just memorize all of them.
All right. So Sean, you want to tell us about some of the stuff?
Yeah. What do you got?
What else does Christian have?
We're spreading the love around.
That's what I was focusing on this week.
Oh. Yeah. Okay. Well,
we circle back around if there's
time. Here comes my random assortment of goodies. I've got these two. And they're exquisite.
Can you tell us what you have for our audio listeners?
I have Power Train and High Jump, Highlander.
High Jump, you were right.
Duncan McLeod of the Clan McLeod, I come to chop off your head. That guy. High Jump.
High Jump.
So are these the new MicroMaster?
Yes.
What, I don't even know what they call the line. Do we?
Off-Road Patrol, is that right?
Yeah, it's 2 of the Off-Road Patrol, which makes me sad because where's Totes and where's the Mudslinger?
Where's the rest of the Battle Patrol? You know, the first ones we got.
I just care about these. The the Off-Road Patrol, they were like one of my like first Transformer sets. My first Transformers.
Are those
I had a handful, and I remember getting this set of Off-Road Patrol whenever I was like 5.
Are those new
And
molds?
yeah, High Jump definitely is, and so is Powertrain. I don't like his goofy little arms though. Arms so long, but attaching the wheels to the end of his hands. But it's a good homage, and it makes me happy.
Sean, if you want the rest of the Off-Road Patrol, I think they're in the trading card game.
That's not toys, Lucas. That's cards.
Yeah.
And then
Hey, if you want a
here he
representation of the character,
and then he's transformed, and then he is transformed. But no, seriously, he does transform a little better. But I mean, it's very close to the G1 likeness, so I'll give him that. And they have knees, and no elbows, and shoulders, and they give me that good nostalgia kick. I found this guy Slam Hammer.
I really like it with the blast effect. That's cool.
Yeah, Smashdown, and he is able. He's okay. I like him. He goes well if this Jetfire holds him. And Jetfire's quite beefy. I got him just kind of recently because the move, I had to lose my pre-order. So, yeah, everybody knows about Jetfire. You guys have seen him for months. It's old news now, so I'll move on.
did you get him on clearance, or did you pick him up right before he went on clearance?
Shut up, Lucas. and here, full price, Lucas. That's how I roll. I sell it for half price, and then I rebuy it for full price or more than full price.
There we go.
Now that's how you invest in a collection.
Mm-hmm. G1 Soundwave. I couldn't help but double dip, so I got one to open and one to keep sealed.
Both full price.
Both full price.
Those are hard to find, though.
Yeah. I basically got the second set so my son Shane can experience G1 Soundwave also.
Is he going to destroy it? Or is he
No,
good with
he's
them?
really good. He's 6 and he's real careful, and he's able to transform him really quickly and put him back together without harm. So he's better than Lucas in that regard. I did find him on clearance. So
Oh, nice.
So now Shane has a G1 Prime to play with.
Oh, nice.
Look how crappy it doesn't even come with fists. Wow.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did
you
you
know-
make sure to lose the fists already?
No, Shane hates the fists. So the fists are safely in a bag. So yeah, he just doesn't care about the fists. I told him you can like store him inside of here and flip his head down and keep his fists, but he didn't care. He said, I don't want the fists. I don't want the guns. I just want the robot.
How's he going to rip off the fallen's face, though, if he doesn't have hands? You have to
Mm-hmm.
club him.
But like Christian said, we're in it for the long haul.
It's a
And-
Studio Series long haul.
And we definitely are in it for the long haul. Mostly we're in it for the Devastator. But, yeah. As soon as I find Hightower, I'm going to get him. But, yeah, long haul's beefy. He's nice. I don't have any complaints, really.
Does yours
I
tab
mean,
in
he is what
together
he is.
in the back? Because both mine and Jim's had
Yeah.
trouble.
You have to force it, but mine stays tabbed in. But as you can see, it wants to come back
Yeah.
apart. But if I push it together, it stays. So maybe put a little floor polish on the tabs and let it dry, and
Yeah.
then
Pretty soon it'll be a foot, and then it'll probably stay a foot for pretty much forever.
yeah, it will be a foot. How's your waist? Is your waist kind of loosey goosey?
I don't remember any issues.
Like-
I don't have it here next to me, but I don't remember having any issues with mine. At least nothing notable.
I mean, it's not. Yeah, it's not a real big issue. It's just a noticeably like dead space in between the ratchet clicks, which I think is a common problem. Dropkick is really cool. Way better than Shatter. Shatter sucked. I actually returned that one, and I'm never gonna get it again because robot mode sucks. You can't do anything. The arms pop off, but Dropkick here, Studio Series Dropkick, he is awesome. His car mode is a AMC Javelin, and his robot mode is kick ass, and he looks just like he was in the movie.
I'm still
So you can't.
disappointed in those that
you
they don't
can't beat
triple change. Like I know it.
Well, they quadruple change. You have to have him. He has 2 modes. Then the other form of him, which has 2 modes.
Or are the robot modes different, or am I missing a joke?
You're missing the joke. You
Meow.
have to have 2 bots to have all the modes.
No.
Yeah, it's a shitty joke.
Like I know Toy World is supposedly doing them as triple changers, so I'm kind of keeping my eye out for that because I kind of like triple changers a good bit.
Yeah.
So one thing I'm curious about, there was a rumor going around, I don't know if it's true or not, that Hasbro put the kibosh on Toy World's, like, some of their movie bots, specifically their Optimus Prime. So I'm curious if that's actually accurate, or, you know, whether or not that'll come to pass.
There's some people out there like Paul Koff, you know, who really want to see third party fail to a large degree. So anytime there's any rumor that people can latch on that, oh, third party's getting it now, Hasbro's finally showing them, people always, you know, take it and run with it, and, you know, maybe one day it will, but so far it has never petered out to anything. Because kind of like as Rick said a few weeks ago when we talked about it on the show, you know, that it's just not worth the money for them. Now, direct knockoffs, that's different. But like the third party stuff, like you're gonna have to lawyer up and prove that it's intellectual property theft. You know, because it's not engineering theft.
Yeah, I don't know. I just it seemed like that there was a guy that actually was somewhat connected to Toy World that had said, you know, kind of confirmed it. So I don't know. Again, it's still all rumors or whatever, but I had heard that, you know, and again, we may not find out for 6 months anyway, but
yeah. And Toy World's been kind of weird lately anyways with their movie line. Like they're doing the Build-A-Figure Starscream, but all they're telling us is like, here's 18 billion of the Bumblebee repaints. You know, it's like
they look cool, but jeez.
Yeah.
So many.
Yeah, I mean, third party's fine. I've owned quite a bit of third party, and I hate to see it go away because you have all these cool options and different robots and new stuff coming out, and reveals. Yeah, it'd be a shame if they just all went away, because then we have one thing to focus on.
I mean, if nothing else, I think, and I think Rick's even, you know, said as much. You know, third party. Well, Hasbro like doesn't care about third party in that way, but like that helped Combiner Wars happen because it just showed how much interest there was in it, and like what third party has done with the Masterpiece figures. You know, they're not masterpieces. Takara's like, fine, we'll put all those accessories, and we're going to increase our engineering. You know, and like they keep one-upping each other, or trying to at least. You know, so I think competition is good for frivolous things like toys. So, but anyways. We got any? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That is the Refractor 3 pack. It's actually the thumbnail of the video.
Yeah, we did that as a review last night on Microcaster. So check that out on YouTube or our podcast. So what we have to say about it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not one of the 5 people that caught it live, then you can take a look at it here.
That's just mean. That's just mean.
Oh,
we had more than that, Sean. We had like 8 people. We're up to 8.
We're currently at 4 viewers, so
1 was my wife.
Yeah.
I actually caught literally the last 10 seconds last night because I was busy doing other stuff. And I clicked on it, and it was like Anna saying, "Well, I guess that's it for tonight." And I was like, "Okay, I'll listen to that on YouTube in a couple days when I get some time."
Yeah.
Maybe try to be on time next time.
I'm not in the show.
Yeah, no,
I can't be late.
I mean, the set's awesome. I like the set. It's good.
I mean, I'm going to go ahead and jump in real quick just because that was one of the main things I did want to talk about.
Yes.
I mean, I was not part of the show, but
Mhm.
I'm picky with the Siege line. I don't just buy it all anymore. Those days are past. So if I have a version of the character I like, I just keep it and move on. But I did decide to try to check out this guy, and I love that they offered it in a 3-pack. I love that they put in all the extra accessories, and it's a lot of fun. And I can't keep playing. I can't stop playing with it. So really cool release, and way better than having to like try to hunt down the 3 purple ones and stuff. I'm glad I didn't try to do that. So usually this type of stuff is something that comes out like a year later after you've already gotten the other one, and then you want to offload the old one and get the new one. But it's kind of nice not to have to like feel the need to double dip on a release for once.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Christian, for arranging that.
I willed it into being.
You're not going to be tempted to get the cartoon accurate one at all?
Nah, I'm good.
All right.
I have masterpiece versions for that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, which ones of the Masterpiece do you have? Fake toys or fans project or fans toys?
Well, if you'd listened to Ouch My Wallet a couple weeks ago, I'm currently rocking the KFC's Opticlones, the second version that just came in. I had Fans Toy Spotter, but I absolutely hated that toy from the moment I touched it. I mean, they looked great, and they were, the robot modes were nice, whatever. But I hated the accessories; that they were dumb, they were prone to breakage, and it was just, I don't know, nothing that fit. It was just a bunch of parts. And then I finally was like, nah, I'm done with this. And actually, I've transformed, and like in a week, I transformed KFC's Opticlones more than I had transformed Fantoy Spotter the whole time I had it. And I'd made myself get it down and try to transform for time to see if I started to enjoy it, and I never did. It was just a fiddly mess. Like most of Fantoy stuff. Looks great, but no, the Opticlones were a lot of fun. So, yeah.
That kind of stuff is what made me quit most Masterpiece.
Have you guys handled the Fans Toys Minosaur?
I'm on the next Transbots train.
Same.
He is wondrous, and I love him, and the breakdown is on his way.
I thought the Motormaster looked... I love that it's integrated. I love how they did the fact that it's all there. It's a lot of panel folding, but I'm okay with that. I haven't played with it myself to see, if I like how much I liked it or not. But since I'm not going to buy 2, the X-Transbots cats, the 4 cats, not cats, cars. Sorry. Christian's cat hops on screen and immediately takes over my brain. Kitty.
Cats.
By the way, you just ticked off Carrie's boyfriend having the cat.
Too bad.
Yeah, I know. I wish my cat was
Get
here.
over it.
I could get him on screen. One of my 3 cats, but they're all upstairs.
I think we should all grab our cats and bring them to the screen.
If mine were nearby, I would.
Lucas, where's your cat?
I don't have a cat at the moment. We've been talking about getting a cat, but we don't have one at the moment. So
Cats are great.
Yes.
Cats are great because if you need to leave, you can just put out a pile of food and leave. And if you're gone for a week, you can just give a neighbor a key and be like, hey, sometime in the middle of this week, put out another big pile of food. Like, scoop the litter if you feel like it,
And some water.
Yeah.
If the cat's not a total asshole, they'll leave your collection alone on the shelf behind you. If they are, they'll jump up there and bat it around and chew on the...
Well, that's why I have a door, I can close my door. Upstairs, I have cases that close so that I don't have to worry about that type of thing. Because my children when they were younger, they used to like to mess with my stuff. So I made sure that I could control it.
Both my cats and my kids leave my toys alone. The closest I have is our newest cat. He's a male. And when you're leaving the toy room, he likes to look at you and walk along the edge, and his tail runs along the edge of the shelf and just like pop, 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 knocking them down. Eventually there will be doors on there, but I'm not to that step yet for the rest of the shelves. So that's about it. But none of them go into it and like mess with them or anything. So, Lucas.
Apparently Sean had more.
I've got
Jeez,
more.
Sean, quit flexing.
Well, he hasn't been on in a while.
Con Crew. And the thing I noticed upon opening this, the very first thing was this one, the marker.
Scribzilla.
Yeah, the Scribzilla, the marker. He has soft goods.
Mhm.
His whole mask is soft goods, a pink soft good marker tip.
Huh. Interesting.
And then the coffee cup has
There's another one that has soft goods too.
It has a paper Optimus Prime costume on.
Yeah, the blue and red one to the right of that one also has soft goods. It's got a cape.
Oh shit!
That's pretty interesting that they're putting soft goods on BotBots.
Holy crap! He does have a cape.
Yep. Part of the instructions is to cram it inside so he can transform. And it
You
works.
can't tell. You can't tell, but he has a cape, and that's awesome.
What's that one's name, Sean? You've got the package in front of you. Sorry.
His name is.
His name is Choo 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 Choo.
Here are the names: Captain Cartridge.
It's that.
There's Vigatini. Vegetated. Can you read backwards?
It's vigilant. Like vigilant. It turns into a tent.
Compactor. Coffeemus Prime, which is the Optimus
Ba-dum-bum.
Prime cosplay. Carbonate.
It's an energy drink.
Jalapeno.
Yep, it's a bag of chips.
Yeah, the spicy jalapeno chips. Something fishy.
It's a fish taco. A fish taco.
Scribzilla. Explain that one. Scribzilla.
Scribzilla is the marker that has the kaiju cosplay that you were talking about, the soft goods.
But explain the kaiju cosplay and how that makes sense for a marker.
Explain a kaiju cosplay that makes sense for a human that goes to Comic-Con. It's wearing a costume. It likes kaiju.
Touche. Batarazzi?
Batarazzi, yeah, he's a paparazzi.
Inky
Come on.
Inkerson. I feel like I'm in like third grade trying to read in front of the class. Inky Inkerson.
At least that one's straight.
Yeah, it's a Inkerson. It's a graphic novel. Yeah, the packaging for that's so cool. I love it so much.
They
If
have
you
like
can-
a whole like a con schedule here.
Yeah, it's my favorite part.
I don't think Hasbro knows what conventions are anymore.
They do. They know how to cancel them left and right.
The only thing I wish was different about that pack is if they had included the blind box element, because that's such a characteristic. It's just not there.
Wait, you're saying you want more blind bags?
It wouldn't be, the ones that you have on the multi packs are always the same one in that particular multi pack.
Oh,
So you
gotcha.
just open it and it's that figure. So I don't want it to be, randomized. I just want it to have the opening mechanism because
Okay.
the bubbles and the opening are characteristic of the line.
Hey, still on topic but slightly off topic. The arcade set.
Arcade Renegades.
Yeah, we need.
That's the wrong way to do blind boxes.
Yeah, but can you find those in retail anywhere? Or is it just Amazon?
Just Amazon. And those are randomized. You get 8 of the same ones and then 8 different ones between 4 different combinations.
Yeah, that's fun.
Try to complete the set. Try it.
Hashtag Nick's ever-growing depression.
Nick
it's
and
only
I
$30
cooperated
a
and we got them all. Nick and I teamed up and we
Nice.
got them all. Yeah.
You put the I in TM work.
Yeah. Nick and Peter and I got it all together and we got them all.
Nice.
What about a card? Were there cards with it?
There were no cards.
And last but not
Guys.
least,
Dun dun dun. That is
Must be nice.
that
The
is
thing was-
Optimus
That
That was
10G.
legit.
Some of us can get that's off of Pulse.
Yep, I got it. It was amazing.
That's the
That was
Ghostbuster
easy. I
Prime
just-
for audio listeners.
I just cruised along Pulse and found it.
So what did it sell out? I mean, was
It
it
Yeah,
sold
like
out
a minute.
for a minute both days.
really?
Yep.
It went out for
Like-
premium members on Tuesday, Went for the general plebs on Wednesday, and it sold out in a minute both times.
I thought it didn't sell out at the convention though.
I found that.
Well, yeah, these are the stock that didn't sell at the convention.
It's just I thought maybe they kept some back to put online, but like if it doesn't sell at the show, it meant that it wasn't usually like that hot of a toy. You know what I mean? So I'm just surprised. Shows what I know.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like that it was a pretty hot seller at the show and here too. So, but yeah, I was disappointed that I couldn't actually get it because like I feel like that most of the stuff like actually lasts at least a few minutes. Like I'm trying to think, what was the last thing to sell right out like this?
That's like NECA Ninja Turtles level of selling out immediately. But,
well, maybe that means that we'll actually get a re-release of this then, since I know NECA likes to re-release those turtles like multiple times now.
Yeah.
What crazy person would wear this thing as a backpack?
If I had bought it, I would totally wear it as a backpack at least once.
Yeah, I was just
It's not that sturdy. It's by the time
I wouldn't wear it around. I would just put it on and say, "Look, I did it," and then be done.
Even if you're careful, I think it's going to destroy the package.
Collecticon in chat, gee, I wonder who that is, says you can still get it, Lucas.
Oh. There you go.
I don't think it'll have the power pack, though.
Oh, yeah. All right, well, maybe I'll talk to him.
Yeah.
So, is it my turn now? Since like Sean has like
not yet.
Done with the show.
Yes.
Jesus,
Lucas, lay it on.
I would have this open.
Okay,
I haven't had a chance yet. Lucas, it's your turn.
So most of my stuff is actually kind of boring and like old or whatever. So,
just like us.
So I sold all of my Masterpiece toys, but then someone online, I don't know if you guys know John Geringer, but he actually decided to get out of Transformers. So he's like done. At least what he said.
I thought he had a YouTube channel that I thought did pretty well for a while too.
Yeah, no, he was doing a lot of reviews, and he was a guy that I actually listened to a lot of reviews for him in the beginning, like a few years ago, because he was one of the few guys Bobby Skullface has been doing it for a long time, but he was kind of another guy too, where he would actually tell it how it is and not like, really say, that every figure is amazing and whatever. Not that I do that, but anyway, so he like was blowing his collection out, and so like I got this for like $30. So so I mean it was loose. It's not complete, but I was like, you know what? I really enjoy Masterpiece Grimlock. It's a fun mold.
It is.
It doesn't, it's kind of like its own thing now because it doesn't really scale with Masterpiece and it doesn't scale with Chug. But you know what?
It scales with Chug because he's huge.
Yeah.
He should be huge.
I think that's, when we were talking the other week, that's where I mentioned I got the Fans Toys version, but I still like that mold so much that I got the King Grimlock version because it is an excellent toy. It's old now, it's passé now or whatever, but just the way his tail folded into the legs and stuff at the time was like mind-blowing stuff when we first saw it. Just really great engineering.
And it's just like a really fun looking toy and all that. And unfortunately the mold has not been kind to, it's like this one actually, I'm not sure which one this is, like if this is an earlier version or not, but it seems like it's a little bit tight. Like I've had the recent Toys R Us version a couple times, and it seems like the legs are always floppy, and the legs on this are a little bit better. So I'm not sure which. If
I can pull the color correctly, and who knows with the cameras, it looks like the original Toys R Us release.
Yeah, so this might be the original one rather than the newest one.
Yeah, the 2014 one was a little bit loose. But that's the first one I ever had, and I was very happy to have it.
Yeah. So, but anyway, so that was that, and then also, so I got a couple other guys, and if you would have told me that the nice versions of Ironhide and Ratchet that I got would be the TFC versions, I would have thought you were crazy. But I decided to get these. These are like both of these are like on super deep clearance, so they're originally like over $100. These are like 40. So I mean, I really enjoy the Masterpiece versions, but the Masterpiece versions don't really go with my collection anymore. The Planet X versions, I just don't like the way that the head looks for Ironhide. And so I said, you know what? Like, these guys are only $40. I like the way these look. They're going to look nice on a shelf. I don't care if the articulation is not as good as, some of the other versions. And so I bought these back.
Kind of reminds me of the kind of around that same era, the iGear Ironhide, which at the time that was designed by Cassie Stark, was like the best Ironhide toy we had for I felt a long time. I felt when the Masterpiece came out, I finally shuffled it off, but it was that was like the first time I felt we saw an Ironhide that transformed and looked kind of like he did in the show. It took a while.
And the iGear, of course, all the iGear designs are pretty dated at this point. I actually think that those are probably one of the better iGear releases, but these guys are definitely better. The only thing, like, these guys are really solid. The only thing that's annoying about them is that the feet, like, the way they did it, there's not enough clearance at the bottom. So they should have ankle tilt and rocker, but they don't because there's just not enough clearance. So it's really my biggest complaint about it. But otherwise, it's a pretty solid toy. I wouldn't want to pay full price for it, but I think for the price that I got it, they're cool to go on the shelf.
So why did you buy that again? Like, because you're going to get Siege Ironhide and Ratchet, I assume. I assume you already got Ironhide back there.
Yeah, no, I have.
And if Ratchet ever comes out,
Siege Ironhide. Yeah, so no, I have Siege Ironhide. Okay, so I have a couple of cases upstairs where I have my nice Chug collection. So I was kind of flipping it back and forth. I was trying to decide if I should do Chug or if I should do Legends. I decided to do Chug, so I have a bunch of MMC stuff. I make toys, that kind of stuff. So I have my nice cases upstairs with that stuff on it, and so I wanted to have a couple nice representations. That's where this Grimlock is going to go. That's where those guys are going to go to fill up one of the last shelves of that case.
So it's going to be a random shelf.
Yes.
That's what I used to have a detail upstairs as well, and that's what I'd use that detail for, is just the random guys that have no home, like the Hard Hero busts, that kind of stuff. And it, it's pretty cool whenever you have a nice little eclectic mix of stuff.
It's kind of how my Lost Light shelf is shaping up to be, because there's some Hasbro on there. There's a lot of MMC in that area, but then there's a few other random things in there.
Yeah, and that's where I have the MMC Lost Light guys on there too. And then I have my convention exclusives. So MMC always puts out repaints for their convention exclusives. So that's where I usually pick one of those up at the shows I go to. So that's kind of that case. So I feel like though the aesthetic kind of all goes together, even though it is kind of a mishmash of different stuff. So. And then my last item is so Big Bad Toy Store has been doing sales for I don't know how long, right? To try and get some of their old stock out. And so the Japanese figures, I've been waiting and waiting because I enjoy the way a lot of them look, but I didn't want to pay the price. So I finally got my God Jinrai set. So this is the one with Headmaster, and I was debating about getting it, and then Christian said, "You know what? I will take your heads." So this comes with a couple little heads in the set, and
those
so
are the most important part.
Is that supposed to be
Minerva,
Cab and Minerva? Yeah.
Yep.
Hose head.
Yep. Christian is taking those to.
Yeah, so it's a little bonus piece of Christian's ouch my wallet. There's those two guys right there.
So. Yeah, you'll get them one day when I put them in the mail.
So have you played with that mold before?
So I have not played with the Jinrai part of it. I've played with the Power of the Primes. Or not Power of the Primes.
God
Whatever. Yeah, Power Master Prime. I've played with him because he came in the Toys R Us set. So I've messed with that, but I have not actually combined it yet. So I've heard there's issues with the set in general with combining it and whatever, but
I had bought
more than likely, I'm probably gonna combine it and just throw it on.
I had bought the individual releases of that of the two pieces, and I was so disappointed in honestly both individual pieces and combined that I finally got rid of it. And I'd love Power Master Prime. I'm just waiting for somebody else to do it. I'm really keeping an eye on KFC's Power Master Prime set that we haven't heard anything about in a while. So
I got all the Perfect Effect kits for Gaijin Rai, and it's better. It still has issues, but a lot of those issues get fixed with Perfect Effect kits.
Yeah. At that point, I'm just
Well,
I'll wait till third party does something or Hasbro revisits it.
the Make Toys Power Master Prime actually set is actually pretty cool. So I would actually recommend that. Like if you want a playable set that also is like chug scaled, I would actually recommend that one. But this one looks like the Hasbro one looks nice and everything. And honestly, you know, at the end of the day, I think with this, I'll mess with it a couple times and then put it on the shelf, and that's where it's going to hang out. So
I think you'll enjoy it. It's tough. It's not perfect, but it's fun.
I mean, for me, it's got a tall mountain to climb. That's like one of my favorite G1 toys, period. Like, I still find it a lot of fun today, you know, to the point where I bought all the repaints of it, you know, and like now...
I've never messed with one.
Never? Oh, man, it's so good. It's so fun.
Maybe I'll get one for the reissue line.
The reissue? Oh, gotcha. Yeah. That would be awesome.
Could happen.
That'd be awesome.
I think you can actually pick up a Power Master Prime by itself, like, pretty cheaply, too.
It depends. Like, there was a reissue back, and I got my... Like, that reissue had came out shortly after I started getting back into Transformers, like, early 2000s. And I got that thing for, like, dirt cheap because it was clearanced. But then afterwards, it, like, skyrocketed in price, at least at one point. I haven't, you know, looked at it in a while. And so, like, I mean, I think if you don't want, like, dead mint, I think most G1 stuff that came out in the U.S. is pretty affordable. But...
Right.
If nothing else, at TFCon, if you make it out, Christian, you can just somebody's going to have one there for selling. Be like, hey, can I check this out for a minute? And act like you're going to buy it and just totally kick the tires, and there you go.
Maybe, we'll see.
You need the Fire Guts version, right?
I would go for that one. That was pretty cool looking.
And the Nucleon Quest, but that doesn't have God Bomber.
I'm surprised to get either of those from the Titans Return sets. I really am surprised by that.
Yeah. Maybe they just couldn't find a place for a repaint of a leader. I don't know.
Maybe.
Well, and I feel like that we would be getting it today because it just seems like they've been doing a lot of like repaints and all that. But for whatever reason, that Power of the Primes line, they just really cut that short.
Honestly, Power of the Primes, I felt was kind of a weak capstone. Titans Return was way stronger, I felt, and Power of the Primes felt like here's the leftovers that we couldn't fit in. It didn't really have a theme or a personality to it. So the fact that they ended it early doesn't bother me. I think, and everybody seemed to have loved Siege, so.
Well, I mean, it seems like
cool
nobody really.
We got Abominus and the Dinobots out of Power of the Prime. So I was really grateful, you know, for that to happen.
But you know, the funny thing is everyone but us didn't even care. Like, I mean, as cool as it was that we got those, like there was a lot of people, like everyone was just like, "Oh, what the."
I liked it.
I think
no.
I don't feel Abominus made as big of a splash as it probably should have. I actually really like the Abominus, but people, I think, were really stoked to get all 5 Dinobots for once. I personally was disappointed in them after I got them in hand. Like I said, I might just get rid of them. I have enough other Dinobots, but the Abominus is pretty fun and looks pretty nice.
If you want to get rid of them, sell them to me.
I'll keep that in mind. I might keep the Swoop, but Grimlock's really bad. But yeah, the others I don't know. Yeah, I'll let you know. You got more stuff, Lucas?
I've got a Grand Max in the other room, but I haven't actually, you know, it's in the other room, so that's it.
G1 Grand Max?
No, that was another one of those clearance items from Big Bad, the new one. The
Oh,
LG.
Grand Max, the reissue, the repaint of Titans Return.
How much was it?
160, I think.
Not bad.
for Titans Elite or Titan class, yeah, it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
cool. I'll run through a few things. Since the refractor was the main Transformer thing I have, I do want to very quickly mention some non-Transformer things I got. Got Nightcrawler finally came in for Pulse, and we saw Sean was showing that off to the camera.
Nightcrawler is so awesome.
Yeah, we know
Cool.
we don't dwell on non-Transformer stuff here. And then Mr. Sinister also came in from Hasbro Pulse finally, and like both of those have been at retail places for a while now, like like a month or something. I don't know. Hasbro Pulse took them a while. And lastly, for non-Transformers, just wanted to mention this because it is for me the end of the line. The Bat Cycle from Batman the Animated Series line that DC Collectibles did. I love the show. It's one of the best cartoons ever made, and this is pretty much the last release of the line. Like they're still talking about. They've shown them off doing new figures, but they weren't in the show. But they're like, what if Slade was in Batman the Animated Series? Here's what it'd look like. And they're talking about doing some of that. But I think at this point I gotta cut it. That's shelves are full and they look great. So that's a good stopping point for me. Other than that, something that I wanted to circle back to last week with Masterpiece Optimus Prime very briefly. I'm used to Japanese Masterpiece toys just having Japanese voice actors, and it's not obvious on this, but
I am Optimus Prime.
Yes.
so there's 3 or 4 colon quotes. What you do is the button on the back, you hold it until you hear a transforming sound, and then it apparently plays a bit of the theme if you leave it alone after that. That's surprising, but keep holding that transformation and it'll cycle through sets, but the first 4 sets are all Japanese voice actors, so I didn't think there was anything there to it, and I can't read Japanese, so I can't read the instructions that say cycle through it. But yeah, apparently you just keep doing that, eventually get some Peter Cullen quotes, which was awesome. And we I didn't have batteries in it for last week and didn't know that. Other than that,
That's really cool.
yeah,
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So,
as far as
so
I know,
once you
we've never
cycle-
gotten English voice actors on Masterpiece toys before. I don't think Beast Wars Megs. I'm wondering, are there David K clips hidden on there that I don't know about? Because I want that so
Are there
bad.
electronics in that figure?
Oh yeah, there's definitely lights and stuff. I don't remember if there was. I want to say that it had voice clips, but I could be wrong. I don't know.
Okay, I don't know.
Maybe
I
it
put
does.
batteries in mine and I sold it.
Oh, you're the worst. But
Yeah, that MP44, he
I
looks
didn't want to sell it.
So
Circumstances
the
dictate
Optimus Prime
otherwise.
though, once you cycle through it, does it stay on the English ones or does it go back to Japanese?
it'll stay there unless I hold it again and it does the transforming sound. That's what moves it to the next set, and so it'll keep moving it
okay.
to the next set of clips. And there are just a ridiculous amount of clips on there. I'm really glad they took the time and whatever effort it was to get Peter Cullen on the toy. That's the first time they've really acknowledged the U.S. market for it. Maybe that's one of the good things to come out of the brand unity that mostly I think has been a disaster. Just because, I don't know. I never bought all the Legends releases, but I know a lot of collectors did, and they liked the alternatives, and they liked competition.
The brand's not quite unified yet because these have not gone to Japan.
That's a subline, though. It's not like a mainline thing.
All the other sublines are there.
Dude,
All
those
the
are
Cyberverse
so
crap?
Japan. I'm
Yeah,
surprised.
Cyberverse is launched there. So no
Oh,
bots yet.
jeez, I feel bad for those kids.
They're abused. The last thing I had to talk about, which I briefly, we talked about a little last time, but not like in a real ouch my wallet segment, was Sola Chogokin Voltron. Again, I know another non-Transformer item, but I feel this has much more appeal in general to the Transformer fan base. I feel like, and since there isn't like really a dedicated Voltron fan base, if you do not have this figure and you like Voltron, you definitely need to get it. It's an awesome piece. It's a lot of fun. If you had the G or the original ones, or like the masterpiece one that Toonami put out, Forever Go the 20th edition, this guy does a lot of stuff that we haven't seen Voltron do before, like articulation in individual lions, the combination where it combines has locks pretty well. The shoulders lock into place, even though that's not perfect. It likes to kind of slide out on one of them, and it's really hard to tab it in. Have you messed with this, Lucas? I think you have this, right?
Yeah, so I'm actually getting it again tomorrow because so my original Voltron actually took a shelf dive
Oh shit!
from an unfortunate accident and shattered my Blue Lion, like just broke it beyond repair.
Oh man!
And so so now I have those 4 lions in an individual mode. And then I'm getting the set again. But it's like, honestly, it's probably one of my favorite pieces of my collection. So I had to, when they announced the reissue, like I was going to pay, I was not going to pay the crazy prices that. Yeah, I wasn't going to pay that. But like whenever they, just did the reissue. So I have one coming on the way.
Nice.
And then I'm also planning on getting the vehicle Voltron as well.
Ruger. Yeah, so like if I had to make complaints, like these right up here where these slide in, those are really hard to push over. Like you get out your spudger and like jam it over there, and this one over here kind of likes to come loose. And I can see what you're saying on the blue one because you can see like there's a big swirl of plastic going down the side here, which generally means it's not mixed that great, and some plastic colors don't mix that great. And so like people say GPS, but I've also heard that if you see that swirl, it basically means the plastic is brittle there. It doesn't mean it's going to fall apart in your hands like GPS does, but if it breaks, it's probably going to be where it does. So if it took a shelf dive, that doesn't surprise me. But yeah, it's a excellent piece. I still haven't got my God Mars repair parts in yet. That's kind of a black hole of customer support. They're like, we'll take care of it. They're like, you'll get your parts in 6 to 8 weeks sometimes. Okay, thanks guys. I don't know, we'll see. I think that's it for me. That's all I had new that it came in this week. Anybody have anything else to toss onto the pile real quickly? We've been going for about an hour, so probably about a good time to wrap it up. No?
I got some usual stuff coming in. Selects and new Studio Series Optimus. They got here today. Woo.
I think I will have to definitely do a show when we start getting in our C-Cons. I'm pretty...
Oh, yeah. When did those come in?
I don't know.
February, March, and April.
Like, they're coming pretty rapid fire.
Like
they're coming two a month starting in February.
So, yeah.
According to Pulse. We'll see, but that's what they say.
Wow. Hey, kitty
Meow.
cat. Hey, kitty cat. All right, well, if you like what we do here at the TF Talk Network, we have a Patreon at patreon.com/TFYP.
It supports this kitty.
It does support the putty tat. We have live shows. We have some pre-recorded shows. Our live shows are Microcasters Tuesday nights at 9 Eastern. And then, of course, Watch My Wallet Wednesdays at
10 Eastern.
Sorry, Microcasters 10 Eastern. I'm trying to do math in my head. There's some cat butt. We don't do as much cat butt. Maybe we should do more. Maybe it should be a regular. Ouch, my cat butt. Watch My Wallet Wednesday nights. TFLP is live Sundays at noon Eastern, as well as we have Cut the Tape. We just launched a new show on Monday, I think is when we aired, and I think the plan is to keep it Monday-ish, but I'm not sure that's... what was the name of it, Lucas?
TF Talk Weekly, right?
Yep, TF Talk Weekly.
TF Talk Weekly. It's there's a video version of it up, but it's also on podcast. It's audio only. It's just a 30-minute, barrage of news, of all the news related to Transformers, official and third party and otherwise. So definitely give that a listen. We're on Facebook. We have a Facebook page and Facebook group, and all the good stuff. You can reach out to us. We interact. We talk. We dance and we sing, and all the other good stuff. So thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Thanks for joining us, and we will see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye. Love you.